Hello everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree. So I love showing the good and the bad here on my channel, and today we're just going to talk about some things I feel were fails for this month, and I did make a little list. There aren't that many, I just didn't want to forget anything. So the first fail was actually shopping on plantarena.com. And I did a video, in case you missed it, I did a video recently where I was showing what's in my shopping cart. And I didn't even realize that the plants I added to my cart were not medium, they were mini. And a ton of you guys mentioned it in a comment like, oh my God, don't buy the minis, they're all gonna die, all of mine died, or you just kind of shared the experience you had buying minis from the brand. And I had already told myself I wasn't gonna purchase from them anymore anyway, but I get sucked in from these ads and these emails and the Instagram things, and I'm like, oh my God, they got good deals going on, I gotta see what's on the website. And just that whole experience of not realizing that the M was for mini and not medium, adding them all to my cart, thinking they were really cheap, but they're actually really small. One of you guys said they were like 2-inch plants. And just realizing then, those little tiny plants for the price, I was like, no way, I don't wanna buy those. And I ended up taking all the minis out of my cart, and the only thing left was the Scindapsus Jade. But then I had a flashback of when I bought from Plantarena the Scindapsus Pictus Exotica. It was a 6-inch plant, but in reality what showed up at my house was a 6-inch sized pot of soil with about 6 to 7 cuttings of a Scindapsus Pictus Exotica with no roots. It was a 6-inch pot, huge, with the cuttings stuck in the top of the soil. Like, that's what they're trying to sell for a 6-inch plant. It was out of the pot, it was a whole mess. Anyway, that's how I'm picturing the Jade Scindapsus showing up to my house. So I've decided not to buy anything from my cart. I'm not buying anything from the website. It's just so hit and miss, you know, and I did have a couple of hits recently with some purchases that I made. I bought the Frosted Heart Syngonium, and it's one of my favorite plants. It showed up in great shape. It's doing really well. But then in that same haul, I bought a Dischidia that died in like 2 weeks. So I don't know, it's very hit and miss. I decided not to buy anything, and I'm calling it a fail because I was gonna buy stuff. I was gonna buy stuff, and it turned out to not be what I wanted or not what I thought they were. So I am, yeah, just not gonna purchase anything, and kind of a fail, I think. But let me know what you think. Okay, the next fail for me, I actually feel really bad about this one. But the biggest fail this month was not watering my snake plants. Okay, so I have a few snake plants in my living room. They're like behind the bottom of a shelf. Like, I'll put a picture here so you can kind of see what it looks like. But I leave them there. They're not in the direct sun. They've been there for a long time, and I don't check on them that often because they look fine. But I went over there and looked the other day because I was taking a little video to show in a video, and I looked at the plants and I was like, oh my God. So I watered all of them about 2 days ago. They've all kind of bounced back a little bit, but this one in particular had a shriveled up leaf here that was just like a prune. It had another leaf here that was all crispy. All of this was like wrinkled to death. I felt so bad. And I genuinely don't remember the last time I watered these plants. I know I haven't watered them at all this year. They are pretty hardy, very drought tolerant and adaptable, but they don't need to go that long without water, and the plants looked really bad. One of them was like all limp and crazy. I took all of them outside. I left them out there for a couple of days. They got to kind of have some nice summer weather, and I think I might put some of them out in the front porch. You know, it's a covered porch, they're not going to get any direct sun, but I think they might enjoy being out there. Maybe I won't do that because I'm going to forget about them, and then before you know it, it's going to be September and I haven't watered them. But yeah, that was a huge fail for me. I haven't watered them in a long time. They looked terrible. Now they're bouncing back. They look pretty good, but I still haven't watered the really big one. It's been 4 months. I know some of you guys kept telling me in the comments like, you need to water that plant. It's been 4 months. But I put the water meter in it again this morning and it still says wet. So I think I'm gonna unpot it and like maybe do something different with the soil, because maybe that soil is holding on to too much water, because I haven't watered it since I bought it, and if it's still saying wet, something's going on in the pot. So yeah, fail number 2, not watering my snake plants. Water your snake plants. They need water, they need love. Not very often, but they definitely don't need to be going 5 months without water. Oh, these poor babies. This one especially I felt so bad for, especially because it was so shriveled up, and look how pretty it is. We all make mistakes. Okay, and then the next one, I don't know if it's really a fail. It was just kind of an observation that I made this month, and it was buying these t-shirts. I know this is a dumb one, but I still want to talk about it, but I want to know what you think as well. So I was wearing this t-shirt. It says Plant Mom on it, and I bought this because I'm into plants, so I feel like my hobby has to take over my whole life, and I have to buy all kinds of merchandise that has plants on it. I have to buy all the plant t-shirts that have cool graphics on it, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But I feel like I was buying these things because I felt like I had to, because I like plants. Like, you can't just like plants and be into plants and have them all over your house. It also has to be incorporated into all of your other lifestyle things. Does that make any sense? So I'm pointing out this shirt in particular because I don't even like this shirt. I bought this at Target last year, I think, or the year before. It was $10. It was on clearance. It says Plant Mom on it. It's got some cute graphics on it. I hate this color. I don't like this tan beige color here. I know there's makeup all over the collar of this shirt. Anyway, hate the color, hate the way it looks on me. I don't like wearing it. It just looks so dingy. But the only reason I bought it is because it said Plant Mom on it, and it had the graphics of plants on it, and I'm into plants. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I bought all of these shirts at Target, and these ones I do like. I think they're very cute. I showed them here in a video. I think it was called like Target has cute plant stuff. And I bought this one. This is just an example, but I did buy several. It says hang in there, and it's got some cute hanging plants on it. And it's very cute. But I don't want all of my shirts to have plants on them. And I kind of noticed that I was wearing these all the time because not only are they super, super soft, super comfortable, they fit me really well, but I just didn't like having like plants on my shirts every day, and I'm kind of tired of wearing these. Like, honestly, when I pull one out of the closet, I'm like, ugh, another plant shirt. And there's nothing wrong with having like merchandise of the hobby that you're into and wearing it and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just not my style. Like, I don't want to wear clothes like this, and every time I pull it out, I just feel like I bought it because it was like a cool plant thing, and I felt like I had to own plant stuff. And every time I put it on, I just feel like I'm wearing somebody else's shirt. Does that make any sense? I feel like I'm just talking crazy now. Hopefully that makes sense to some of you out there, but I don't know, no hate, no shame, of course, to anybody that loves buying plant merchandise and wearing it and making their whole thing like their decor plants and stuff. But I feel like I got sucked into that, and it wasn't really me. And I genuinely feel like I'm wearing someone else's shirt when I put this on. And then this one, I don't even like the color of it, but I bought it anyway. So for me, that, I don't want to say it was necessarily a fail, but it was definitely an interesting observation that I made this month. And I just decided, like, my hobby doesn't have to be my whole life. It doesn't have to take over everything in my life. It doesn't have to take over my style or anything like that. Does that make sense? Let me know what you think. Let me know if you understand even what I'm saying. But those were the few fails I wanted to mention for this month. The plant arena shopping, which just was definitely a fail, didn't end up going the way I wanted it to go, and I'm not going to buy anything at all now. And then the snake plants that I severely neglected. Oh, my poor babies. And then, of course, like just the merchandise and stuff I'm buying, even though I don't really like it. I feel like I'm just buying it because I feel like I have to for some reason. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you tomorrow for plant favorites. Goodbye.